I had to come onto this video because, first of all, I haven't done a video in a few days, and this is one of those things where if you don't do it consistently, even when you don't have an idea necessarily, or a good one, or the most groundbreaking one, even if you don't think it's going to be a great video, you have to still do it. And actually have an idea for this video. Yesterday, I went onto a call with a guy from Russia. The guy from Russia was talking to me because I sent in a lead for this business opportunity where I would this is what I'd be doing. I'd be going to businesses, taco trucks, small businesses, ideally, where either they need a payment processing machine or if they already had one, I would basically help save them money. And I put in a lead for this because, I thought, whatever, let's do it. I just was open to the opportunity. So I got on this call and the guy's talking to me, and I've seen so many of these videos that as he was asking me these questions, I knew what he was doing, but I was still answering honestly. And we got to this point, and at the end of it, I told him, you know what, dude, I actually want to do what you're doing. And he was like, no way. You know what's crazy is I wish I could be in the US so that I could run the business of doing this payment processing thing, because dude, it was smart. I'll give him this, because he brought it back into his sales pitch, which was like, dude, it's funny that you want to do this because I wish I could stop doing this and I wish I could do what you're able to do in the US. But the thing is, I don't want to make it all about this, but it's two things. First of all, I meant it. I did want to do what he's doing. And even after he tried to take off the rose-colored glasses that he thought I had, I was unmovable. I still knew that what I wanted to do was be a remote salesperson. And I may talk about that at another time, but because he kind of talked to me. He was really open about it at this point. But this is what I want to talk about. Anytime I've ever made in sales, strictly speaking about sales, anytime I've ever made a really good amount of money has been through the commitment to the sale. And many people have an idea that if you make lots of money, that if you're someone in the world or in the US or anywhere that sells a course and you're making millions of money, that you must have done something bad to do it. Like that you're inherently immoral. And the reason that you're not there, the reason that you don't have the amount of money that this person has, is because you have moral standards. But all the while, it's a fallacy, and I hear it all the time. It's kind of like that whole, you're not kind because you can't bite someone. Like you're just genuinely unable to hurt anybody. It doesn't make you a good person because you don't have teeth to bite. Now, what does make you a good person is if you have the ability to hurt somebody, if you have the ability to actually inflict malice onto somebody's life, and you do it. But what makes you a good person is to be able to do it and not do it, to refrain and allow the other person the opportunity to come back into kind of a more cohesive and civil interaction, right? And as I'm on this call with him, right, I want to bring it back to this. As I'm on this call with this Russian guy, I saw how I'm seeing now. I mean, at the time, I'm telling you, like, I already am of the belief that if it's not illegal, then there's no reason for you not to do it if it's going to help you. And for a long time, like, this was me. That was me when I worked at the car lot when I was new. I thought I didn't feel good to make someone basically I didn't feel good pressuring people into buying something. But the reason I didn't feel good about pressuring these customers into buying something is because I saw it as pressure to buy something that I wouldn't buy myself, something that I wasn't bought into. So that's actually what I talked to the guy about, the Russian guy, and this is what I want to talk to you about, is that if you're going to be a salesman, if you're going to be in sales, if you're in sales, you're so much better off doing it if you believe in the product. And I told him, like, dude, here's how I know that this opinion is true. This is how I know that I'm not just full of shit and I'm just trying to get off of this call with you. I said, look, when I was working at the car lot, the reason I left was not because I hated sales. I loved sales. I loved talking to people. I loved getting them to that point of decision. It felt like magic to basically say things in the right way and have the right tone to get somebody to take action. So that there was no problem with that. The problem I had was with just the industry in itself. I didn't like the car industry. And I won't go into that, but I told him like that was the reason I left. And I left one dealership for another, and I thought that was going to fix it because I was thinking it was just the old dealership that I was at. Just like, I realized that I just didn't like the car industry as a whole. I do like selling though. So I left, and I'm a banker. And this is what solidified my opinion in this, is that at the bank, although I do regular transactions, a large part of my job is to get people to say yes. To say yes to our services, to say yes to our products, to say yes to opening accounts, to say yes to a line of credit or lending for projects that they have, or even opening up a credit card. And the credit card is something that I've had an immense success with. I've had a lot of success with getting people to sign up for credit cards. Why? I told the guy this, and I'll tell you. The reason I got so good at selling credit cards or getting signups on credit cards is because I am someone with lots of experience with credit cards. I have experienced both ends of the spectrum. So when someone's in really high debt, I know that I can get them out of debt with the credit card in ways that they don't even expect that I would be able to. Why? Because I've been there and I know what we offer. So I know our product, and I've used not our exact product, but I've used credit cards, multiple, and they all work the same. And of course, the only way they'll differ is in the way that they pay out their rewards, if they have a rewards on their cards. And I told him, I was like, dude, like, I am so confident when I talk to somebody about a credit card because I know exactly, like, I don't care what objection they have. I know what to follow it up with. I know every objection there is when it comes to a credit card. Why someone wouldn't want a credit card. What to ask to get them to tell me the real reason. And how to frame myself and the question and the reality of where they're in, how to frame that in such a way that it wouldn't make sense not to sign up for one. And I told him, like, dude, that's how I've identified that this opinion that I have, even if it's a limiting belief, I don't know, but I'm sticking to it because I know and I've seen enough experience for myself to know that it's not enough for you to be selling for a good offer. It's not enough for a business to have lots of clientele, lots of customers, lots of business. That's not enough. It is enough if you also have this one thing, and that's a passion for what it is you're selling. That you would back the thing that you're selling. That you would buy the thing you're selling, that you're bought into it yourself. That makes it so much easier. It's a cheat code when it comes to this. It's an absolute cheat code. And you can tell from the way that I'm talking about that I'm not lying to you. I'm telling you the absolute truth. Just from the 5 years of experience that I've had in sales roles, I know that this is a fact. And it's what people don't talk about enough. Why? Because they want to get, if you have a big business, let's put it this way. If you had a big business, you would want to get as many people, like let's say if the product and the service is all down. Now you need salespeople because there's people that want your product. You're not going to be picky. You're not going to necessarily ask the applicant that's wanting to be a salesman on your team, do you believe in this product? Would you buy this yourself? They never ask you that. Because they don't care. They think that they can brainwash you into selling their product, and they know, and they can, and they know that salespeople, like hiring salespeople, it's a very high turnaround rate. A lot of the people that get hired, they don't last. But they don't last, sometimes it's because they don't have the leadership, blah, blah, blah. But a lot of the times, one of the reasons that they don't talk about is just that you didn't give a fuck about what you were selling to begin with. Now, if you believe in what you're selling, you're going to be open. You're going to be open to learning about it. You're going to be open to any tactics that to other people might seem unscrupulous. Because to you, it's like, no, dude, I'm doing the world a service. I'm making the world a better place by selling this thing. So if I get 100,000 people to sign up for this, how does that make me a bad person? Just because I got them to sign up. Just because I 10x what this other person did who didn't have faith in that product. That doesn't make sense. People will still say, oh, well, that guy's so rich, like he obviously did something wrong to get there. He obviously did illegal activities to get there. It's nonsense. And if you're smart, and you care about building wealth for yourself and your family, you're going to do what it takes within the laws of, you know, your country or whatever, wherever it is that you live. You're gonna play within the rules, but you're gonna do your best to bend them. And you're gonna be more willing to bend the rules if you genuinely believe that what you're doing is morally good. I mean, there's no arguing with you at that point. You become undeniable. You become an absolute weapon, because take a master salesman and put him in front of a product or service that he believes in, and he's off to the races. Like, he's set. That's all you need is product knowledge, faith in the product, and faith in yourself. And that's it. And then you can add some skills in there. And then you just become a little bit better every day. But, fuck, I know I kind of went all over the place. This is the best way for me to be consistent, is just like, you know, with everything that I do, I could write out a script, but it wouldn't make me consistent, because what I have to do is, as soon as I get the idea, I have to act on it right then and there. And that's a whole topic for another video, but I'll just preface it with this, is that if you're someone like me that's building a brand online, someone that's creating a YouTube presence or an online presence in general, and you're finding it difficult to be consistent, find what it is that helps you be consistent. If it is writing out a script, then write out a script so you can make videos. If it is just piecing it off the dome and going off your hunches, and like once you have an idea, acting on it, then do that. Me personally, what has helped the most is just getting myself into the camera, even if I don't have the exact idea out. It ends up coming out sometimes perfect, sometimes not, but that's one thing I try to be more conscious of, is cutting out how much work I have to do at the end of a video. Is, you know, having less pauses, having more thoughts that flow, having a more directed message, and thinking about the time, being quick about it. So as opposed to what I was doing at first, was like just letting the camera flow and me basically being on a diary. It's like, no, dude, going through that content would take 30 minutes to an hour, and I wouldn't always finish in the same day, because a lot of times I would be editing these videos at the end of the day, knowing that I had to go to work the next day, and I wasn't willing to sacrifice my little bit of sleep that I already had to look forward to. So anyways, 2 or 3 topics in that video, but I hope that helps you on your journey to becoming a remote salesman. I'm not here to sell you anything, but I'm here to talk about my experiences and also what I'm looking forward to doing. I'm someone that has had sales experience, and I still sell, and I want to continue doing it, but I think I would just be a lot happier if I was selling something that I genuinely believed in. And so that's why I'm talking about it today. And I'm just, you know, banking on the fact that you're possibly in the same position as me. I'm banking on the fact that you're someone that believes that their future is better than their present. Or that their present, I mean, even as I said that, it didn't make sense. Anyways, I'm rambling now. I need to go see my parents. It's the weekend, but I hope you all have a good rest of your day, and I thank you for watching this video. It means a lot to me. It'd mean a lot more if you gave the video a like. Anything that you felt like you had a comment about, go ahead and put it in the comments. And if you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I will see you in the next video. Have a good day. Peace.